Well, hello, everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and welcome to the Dr. Hank Show. And you know what we do here. We help people become your greatest possibility. And I am just delighted to have our guests. We just have the most special people. And this is our guest today. I'd like to just call him Rich Dad because his dad actually helped him to understand how to taught him a formula to how to get rich and be financially free. And so he just has a passion to help people to literally get rich and be financially free. So, Howard Dekkers, welcome to the show, my friend.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Hank. I'm excited to be here.
Well, that's fabulous. That's just great. And I just love when you shared with me that, you basically said, hey, dad taught me a formula to get rich and be financially free. And that's why I call you Rich Dad. There's the Rich Dad, Poor Dad one, and that's because you had
Right,
two dads,
right,
right? And you had one dad, you had the Rich Dad. And so
right.
that's just fabulous. The other thing, before we get really into all of your teachings and what you do to help people to be rich and financially free, that I love what you're doing, and you want to share with our audience here on what are you doing and have been doing for the last 3 months.
Well, I've got a big RV. I tow my Harley and my Jeep, and I've been going to city after city, just staying for 5 days to a week.
Yeah.
And every morning I play pickleball. I meet a ton of people.
All right.
I go to lunch with them. And it always goes down to, so what do you do? And I
Yeah.
tell them what I do. And I basically teach people who have a normal job how to retire financially free, because we don't know how to do it. And so I'm just traveling. I'm loving life.
Yeah.
I've been in 15 different cities now, and it's incredible. I was in Nashville last week. I have never been on Broadway in Nashville.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've never seen anything like that before. But it was so much fun. You
Oh
can't
my.
take too much of that, that's for sure.
Well, that's
So,
great, Howard, and I just love on how you just have decided, hey, I'm going to go take off, travel, and talk about freedom. There's the freedom and playing pickleball, and that's something I haven't played, but I think
it's
I'm
so
going to.
much fun.
Is
It's
it?
fun.
That's great. I'm going to
I
look into
played this
it.
morning for 2 hours.
Wow, for 2 hours. That's great.
Yeah.
So, share with us. I know you have this formula that's just amazing. It's available. In fact, we're going to have it to our audience today that you're going to be able to have this formula to get rich, be financially free, and you're going to be able to have it for under $100. And
Right.
so we thank you for that amazing gift. And can you share with us what is that formula and how do we get richer and more financially free?
Well, the first thing I have to say is, in the United States of America, right around 78% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And they have normal jobs, and every time they get a raise or every time they make more money, they upgrade their standard of living and keep buying more things. And so at the end of every month, there's no money left to invest. So all of a sudden, 20-year-olds turn into 30-year-olds, 30-year-olds turn into 40-year-olds, 40-year-olds turn into 50 years old, and they look at what they've accumulated. They've accumulated a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
but they don't have a financial freedom fund that can allow them to do what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
um, I, I sold a company 3 years ago. I was bored. Um, and so I figured I'll put a PowerPoint presentation together. I had a 17 and an 18-year-old at the time.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to put a PowerPoint presentation together to show them how to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
And I did it, but before I did the very first presentation, I said, I want you to invite your friends and tell them that your dad is going to teach them how to be a millionaire, because nobody ever teaches us how to be a millionaire other than you.
Yeah.
Okay. But the point is, nobody is out there teaching the kids. So, anyways, the kids come over to my place.
Yeah.
I've got do my first presentation on a big screen in my living room, and it blew them away. But more than that, it blew me away that they didn't know anything I was talking about. And
Yeah.
this was simple stuff of how money grows.
Yes.
So from there, I went to all of my relatives and I was doing Zoom because coronavirus was here.
Yeah.
And I've got 20 people on Zoom and I'm having fun. It's a 7-module course. And
Yeah.
each week they'd have to tune in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started doing it to ex-employees. And then all of a sudden, a light bulb went off. And it was like, oh my God, I have a passion again for something.
Wow.
And what I want to do is I want to teach average Americans how to become financially free with a job. And and I have a course. It's a 7-module course, 7 hours of video and homework and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When a person gets finished with my class, their financial freedom plan is set up and running on autopilot. Now,
Wow.
that's not a formula. The formula kind of goes like this. We have money coming in every single month, and that money's in, and we spend that money. We've never analyzed how we're spending our money. And so one of my modules, I go through all different sorts of examples of how a person can find $200 to $500 a month and then have it automatically come out of their checkbook, automatically go into a brokerage account, and then invest in funds that average 10%. If they can successfully do that, they can turn $51,000. Well, here's an example. A 20-year-old, if a 20-year-old would take $95 a month out of their checkbook and put it into their financial freedom fund, by the time they're 65, it would be $1 million. If the 30-year-old did the same thing, in other words, they didn't start, they have to put $264 a month to equal $1 million at 65. A 40-year-old has to put $700 a month, and a 50-year-old has to put $2,400 a month. So the question becomes is how do we find that money? Let me give you the perfect one of the examples I use because it makes so much sense. Everybody, not everybody, especially college students, love Starbucks today.
Yeah.
They're going to Starbucks every single day before they go to college. And a lot of salespeople are stopping at Starbucks every single day. So they're spending $5 every time they do that, and they don't think about it.
Right.
$5 a day, 5 days a week is $100 a month. This is what I say. Okay, what I want you to do, I don't want you to give up your luxury, your Starbucks. I only want you to go twice a week. And then let's set up an automatic $50 that you would have been given to Starbucks. It's going to go into your financial freedom plan. In 30 years, it will have grown to $113,000 at 10%.
Wow.
Same thing with the car payment, Hank, Dr. Hank.
Yeah.
You don't know how many people that have gone through my class that have $600-700 a month car payments.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So let's say somebody has a $650 car payment. This is what I tell them. You're going to sell the car. You're going to get a $325 a month car payment. That $325 that you would have been given to the bank to pay down that car is going to automatically go from here. And it's only set up once. So it's really simple.
Right.
It's going to go into your brokerage. It will be worth over $700,000 in 30 years.
Wow.
So I'm finding them money that they don't know they have. So
Yeah.
that's basically really
You
the
know,
formula.
what I love about this, Howard, is what I love most is your enthusiasm, because this plays out, that this
Oh, yeah.
literally, that you can become a millionaire, and it's easy, and at any age, and even at the 50-year-old with the 2400, that they need that there are ways. Just start, and to get started, and again, for just $97. And where do we go, Howard, to get this amazing program that will literally help us to become independently wealthy?
HowardDeckers.com. All you got to do is go to HowardDeckers.com. I have a free half-hour training so you can see my style. I'm going to show you how money grows. You're going to learn things that you weren't aware of, because this stuff should have been taught in high school and
Yeah,
college. We live
right,
in a capitalistic society and nobody's teaching us. Now, I mean, there's people like you and me
right.
trying to teach people,
Yeah.
but just go to howarddeckers.com.
That's beautiful, and it's just so easy, and we both teach a little bit something different. That you have literally a formula in order to take this, just a little money that you need, and where to find it. You'll help them find that little money and do it. What I do is I help people to have passive income, and revenue share and stock, and the amazing thing, like, I don't use the word stock market at all. What I do is I share that what we do is we invest in some of the major companies in America. And so this is McDonald's, this is IBM, this is Amazon, etc. And the beauty is that they continue to grow, and they will continue to grow. And so a lot of people hear about, oh, the stock market goes up and down. Well, that just isn't true. That actually the stock market continues to go up. It's at an all-time high right now from, just a couple months ago. It's at an all-time high right now, and it will continue to be. And even when it drops 10%, and you can expect it to drop 10%, you keep your money in there. And this is how smart investors become independently wealthy. You keep your money in there and you go with it. Those people that, for example, when COVID happened and they took their money out all scared and worried, and when it was a V, the market was a V, in other words, went right down and went right back up, and they missed the going up part, and they basically missed this huge opportunity in order to build their wealth. So, we have, not only have we not been taught, but what we have been taught isn't right. The stock market doesn't go up and down. And that's what I just love about your passion, and just an easy way, and for an easy investment. And you have to have, folks, you have to have an investment. If you don't give that energy in, you won't do it. You didn't have anything. This way, you're vested in it, if you will, to show how to do it. Now, I do have a question. I understand where you'll help, your magic formula will help to discover the money. And I love the Starbucks. Why is Starbucks? So, in fact, that's one of America's big companies. And, so why are they growing? And why is everybody suggesting that still Starbucks do it? Even during the pandemic, people were saying, do Starbucks. And you couldn't even go there. It's our little money that happens. So it's kind of the same formula that you have. It's our little money that we give them. And that little money turns them into a multi-billion-dollar company. Do you help then also in these 7 sessions, as far as you said, set up a brokerage? Do you have the details on how do I set up a brokerage, and how do I get this money to automatically start doing that? Yeah.
Yes, actually, I have a module on the stock market that goes through exactly everything you said. I show them everything,
Yeah.
and
Right.
yeah, there's a module that does nothing but where they set up their program.
Yeah.
Now, and this is another thing. I'm not doing that. I've made millions. Okay, I've done great in the market.
Yeah.
I've done good with businesses. I'm
Yeah.
not doing this to make another $1 million, and I'm really not, Dr.
Yeah.
Hank. I'm
Right.
doing this because it's my way of teaching people what I initially learned from my dad.
Yeah.
Real quickly, let me throw this out.
Yeah.
My dad never earned more than $35,000 a year. He
Wow.
went to work for he was a factory worker, went to
Yeah.
work for Chrysler Corporation at 20, retired at 55. So he worked for 35 years,
Yeah.
never made more than $35,000 a year.
Wow.
Today, he has $3 million in the stock market. He didn't put 3 million in the market. He
Right.
probably put 500,000 in the market, and
Yeah.
it grew.
Yeah.
And so the point is, my dad, when I was in my teens, was harping on me, son, you got to save 10%. You got to take 10%. But he
Yeah.
never really showed me.
Yeah.
He just told me. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
In my 20s and my 30s, I was paycheck to paycheck all the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, my standard of living's going up. I have a house on the intercoastal. I have a boat. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida,
Yeah.
and I don't have anything for long term. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, my wife, she's my ex-wife now, but my
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
was saying, we got to start saving some money.
Yeah.
And like that, I thought, oh my God. And I started 10% in my late 30s.
Wow.
And this stuff. So, last thing, my dad never made more than $35,000 a year working in a factory. Today, he makes $85,000 a year from dividends on that money. Can you imagine? And
Oh
so
my
this
God.
stuff, this stuff works. And
Mm.
one real quick thing here, and I
Yeah.
don't charge any more money for this.
Yeah.
Once somebody signs up for my course, they get a membership page. Beautiful. It took me a year to build it.
Yeah.
Beautiful membership page. And there's a link. Anytime they want to talk to me,
Yeah.
they click the link and they can schedule a 15-minute Zoom meeting, just like this is going on right now.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'll
cool.
help them. I'm
Sure.
on vacation. I don't know. Is this vacation? I don't know what the hell this is. This is amazing, whatever it is.
I'm on
And
vacation too.
I know. And I'm doing this. People are, and then I'm helping them set up. And as soon as I'll go, yeah, we
Yeah.
did it. You're on your way. You got it started. So it's really fulfilling and exciting for me, and they're
Yeah.
excited. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
cool.
just tremendous, Howard. I just love that, and that, and again, your dad taught you, but just said, hey, do the 10%, and now you have this magic formula on how really to just go out, find that money, on how to be able to invest it with a brokerage, and how to have your money grow. And I was just at a convention recently, and with one of the big thought tanks in America on financial, and it was all about this on the stock market. And again, I just call it investing in Americans, and also the America's big companies, and also this dividends, the idea about dividends and being paid. And in fact, I became a millionaire first when I was with Procter and Gamble, and I was an executive with them, and I never paid for any stock, and I didn't save anything either at that time because I didn't know, just like you, in my 20s, 30s, and when I left after 15 years, that I had over $1 million, and I go, oh my God, and that money in that first year, I made about $270,000 because the stock went up. And it's like, oh my God, I left and I have, I'm making about as much as I was making, and I'm not working. So
Hey, this stuff works, man. It just people got to understand. You got money coming in the household. By
yeah,
the way, I teach them budgeting, And I
Yeah.
also teach them net worth statements, and I
Oh,
make it simple because I created these one pagers myself. It's
that's
all plug
awesome.
and play. But
Yeah.
anybody who has a job can do this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And when I hear job that, some of my audience are real estate agents and brokers and in the real estate industry, and so they don't have a job per se, but they make big commissions. And typically, what has happened with my agents and why I got into this business model with EXP Realty, because they pay revenue share and they pay stock. But my agents, they'd ask me, oh, please help me to increase my commissions. And I would show them how to increase their commissions. And a year later, even though I helped them to build a financial plan, a year later, I said, how's the financial plan going? And they go, well, I got a bigger car, I got a bigger house, just like you're saying, and that they blew all the money. So I
Right.
couldn't help people to build their wealth. And that's why now, and with your formula, your magical formula, that, here's the easy way how. And so if you don't have a job, if you will, and you're independent contractor, or, whatever, agent or whatever, that this is for you as well, that you can put. So if you put 10% of your commission check, that happens whenever, once a month, twice a month, 5 times a month, that you do that. And it doesn't matter how, you can be 70 years old. And remember, you're going to live another 20 years. That's the other thing, is that people don't understand. Well, I have Social Security. Well, good luck with that. Social Security pays about, let's call it $3,000 a month. And with inflation at 4% per year, that will be worth kind of very little, and it'll be worth half of it in 10 years from now or whatever. And so it's also that if you don't have a way to beat inflation, that whatever plan you have probably isn't going to work. If it isn't, Howard Dekkers' plan.
No, I agree. Just real quickly, some people
Yeah.
that go through my class, they'll have $40,000 in a savings account.
Yeah.
A savings account today, it will
Yeah.
take 2,400 years for that 40,000 to double. In this program, if that averages 10%, and by the way, I'm averaging more than 10% over the
Yeah.
last 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
It will double every 7.5 years.
Wow.
That's a big difference. So
That's a big difference.
it comes down to how many doubles do you have in you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what when they start getting I was in Nashville,
Yeah.
and after I sold my company 3 years ago, I was bored, and so I went to the certification class at Napoleon Hill,
Oh,
Think
yeah.
and Grow Rich in
Yeah.
Virginia,
Yeah.
and I met a guy there. His name is Darren. He's a barber, and he was training to be a certified trainer for positive mental attitude,
Yeah.
Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
He calls me up and he says, "Hey, Howard, I live in Nashville. Let's do lunch." I went to lunch with him. Darren is 50 years old. He got a divorce. This is where he is.
Yeah.
So I've showed him this is how you could have over $1 million at age 70.
Right.
Let's get this thing going. So
That's
he's taking my class right now. I said,
good.
you're paying $97. I don't care if you're my friend, because you have to have some skin in the game.
Yeah.
And then I'm here for you. If you
Yeah.
need any help, advice, or whatever, I'm here for you. So it's $97 will
Yeah.
equal millions. It's like
Right.
people say, why only $97? Just because that's what we decided to charge. Okay?
That's
Okay.
great. And what I love about that too is that really, folks, that 70 is the new young. and that you're going to live till 80, 90. You have plenty of time. It doesn't matter what your age is, that now is the time to do this. And that, and also, Howard, you're really amazing. I mean, you're the CEO of 5 different businesses, and Howard Dekkers School of Success, expert radiologists, physician health professionals, diagnostic, all kinds of stuff. And there's all, again, that you don't have to be the CEO of anything. You can have a job, you can be a real estate agent, you can be whatever, and you can be that, magical $1 million. Now, let me share with you that at this convention, that they basically said to have $250,000 a year, you need about, and I think the number was $4.5 million. So $1 million really doesn't last that long, and that you're going to last a lot longer because of our advances in technology and medicine, which you're heavily in, Howard. And so now is the time. And so if we can encourage each one of you to, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, go to howarddeckers.com, get us program, start investing just this little amount, and you will be amazed at what will happen to your wealth and how good it feels, the freedom of being independently wealthy, where you don't have to work, where you do have a retirement, where you can enjoy all of your years in an abundant way and travel and live where you want, be where you want. This is the way to do it, right, Howard?
Absolutely. It's not tough, people.
Yeah.
You just need to have a plan,
Yeah.
follow the plan, set it up one time,
Yeah.
and just keep it going behind the scenes. You don't even have to worry about it. And then you watch, like you said a little while ago, you all of a sudden seeing your wealth growing, and all of a sudden you got a 500,000, 600,000, 750. Now it opens up. You don't have to keep it all there. You might be able to invest in a little bit of real estate. So the point is, you have to accumulate money in life to be able to do what you want to do later on in life. If you're not accumulating money, you're missing it in this capitalistic society.
There you go. Amen. There you go. Well, howarddeckers.com, and that's where you guys can all go. Howard, we thank you so much for being on the show and enlightening us on how easy it is for you to become a millionaire, for you to be independently wealthy. And I actually wrote a book, Think, Feel, and Grow Rich, because Napoleon Hill.
I love it.
Yeah, Napoleon Hill. The reason why I have the feel in there is the word vibration was edited out of his original manuscripts, which I got a hold of, because the publisher said, hey, this is just too much, this vibration stuff. He was already too much. He was about as angels to call him in. He's like I am, if you will, or I like him. And so instead of think and grow rich, think, feel, and grow rich. And I have book club. There's book clubs all over America that, go through that, because it's Napoleon Hill's teaching, his 13 steps, but it then talks about this vibration, this feeling. And that's what I love about you, Howard, that you have that divine vibration in you, and you have this passion that's your teaching that everybody will be able to get in these 7 magical formula sessions. So we thank you so much for being on the show. And any last word of wisdom for us?
Just, I'm looking forward to working with as many people that want to help themselves. I'm here. I've done it. I'm proof. My dad's proof. A lot of students have gone through my class. They're so excited. So just howarddeckers.com, and
all right.
I'm here for you.
All right. Thank you, Howard, and thank all of you for being on. And I would watch this several times, that really life is easy, and you can have, we were promised life, and we were promised the abundant life. Most don't have that. And here is one way in order to have the abundant life with Howard Dekkers. Howard, thanks so much for being on the show. Everybody know that everything you want is coming your way. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Hank.
Thank you.